Valentine's Day has come and gone, so for me that means the end of truffle season, and I thought, what a perfect time to share my truffle recipe with you. I've got the basic one up on the blog. Here I'm doing my red velvet truffles. They were by far and away the most popular truffle I did this year. It's all the same whether you use the chocolate cookies or you do your favorite cake. You can literally put anything in the filling that you want. The key here is to freeze them. Make sure that they're frozen solid. None of the recipes that I researched had anything about freezing them. If you don't have them frozen, they're not going to take the chocolate well. So as long as you freeze them for at least 2 hours before you dip them in the chocolate, you're going to be good to go. So here's how I start off. You're going to take whatever your filling is, you're going to roll about an inch. Now, if you want uniform truffles, you can certainly use a small ice cream scoop, you can use a tablespoon. I'm a firm believer that just like there's no two loves that are alike, there's no two truffles that are alike either. So I like different shapes, different sizes. We're good to go. My next trick, a lot of techniques say to take the truffle and with 2 forks dip it in the chocolate, kind of rock it back and forth and then give it a little tap. I tried that and I don't think, it doesn't really provide what we're looking for a perfect truffle. This little simple technique is going to do everything for you to give you the perfect chocolate truffle. Just a toothpick. Now these have been frozen about 2 hours. I took them out. Now I'm going to bring them over here. And what I've done is I've tempered the chocolate. It's not just about melting the chocolate. You want there to be a nice sheen on it so it comes to like a perfect consistency where you're not going to get that powdery outer coating within a day or two. This is going to be good to go in the freezer for maybe a week or two, and it's going to be fine in your fridge. And what I do is I'll cover it with chocolate, and then, I don't know if you can see, I brush down from the top to the bottom while tilting it, and then I give it a good twirl, just like this. And then you're going to have to wait a little bit of time, maybe 20-30 seconds, and I just keep twirling it to make sure it stays uniform. And by doing this, it's not going to have a big glob at the bottom. Place it down here. Now I did these ones earlier. All you do to get the toothpick out is twist and pull. Twist and pull. And then this part I call painting. What you're going to do is take your chocolate, go right to the top, and just swirl it on. And this is a good time if you have any imperfections, if there's any of the center that's sort of poking through the chocolate, just paint right over it. It'll be fine. And then with these two, they've already cooled. What I'll typically do after I paint is I put them back in the freezer for about 20 minutes. Just give this a quick hit. There was a lot of question about how I should do the chocolate. I had about 500 truffles I had to do in one weekend. I asked my chef friends, and everybody swears by the double boiler method. It doesn't work for me. I don't know if it's the way my stove is configured, but it just kept seizing up. And there's ways to get around the seize up. You can bring it back with canola oil, but when you're cooking for other people, you don't want to do that. I found that the method that I did, which is keeping it on the low heat at the 2-3 for an electric stove, is the best way to do it. Now, this is my favorite part. This is where you get all Jackson Pollock. This is your canvas. You take your candy melts, which you can get at any arts and crafts store, even like a local supermarket, like a super mega market kind of a thing. You just take it, and in my bowl I make sure that it's there. And by there I mean easily drizzled. I heap it on my fork, and then start going. You want to change your angle. Change the amount of chocolate that you have on there. That is kind of sexy. And what you do is hit that back in the freezer. What you're going to want to do is get a little tiny muffin tin, stick it right in the muffin tin, then you take it, get a nice box, you can fill them up. What a perfect gift. And really and truly, it's an easy technique. The recipe, those in the know of truffles know it's simple. Those who aren't, watch their faces as they try it. They're like, what is this? The person who told me about this whole concept, she made them as cookies and called them little drops of heaven. I took one bite into it and I was like, that's not adequate. You need something bigger. I call it a little something. If you have any ideas of what you can call them, make them. See if you can come up with a better name. They're decadent, they're rich. Again, they're sexy. I mean, look at this. They're perfect. Make them for your Valentine. Excuse me, make them for your Valentine. Make them for yourself. You're worth it. Until we cook again.